Hello and welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. We are at Athletics, Sports, and Orthopedic Physical Therapy, location in Hometown. Our guest this week, owner and operator, Tom Mulvey. Tom, thanks for coming on board again, buddy.
Thanks for having me.
Good to see you. All right, we're going to get into a couple different things here. The sports-specific training program. But first off, talk about athletics and what you have to offer at all, each one of your three locations, Tom.
Athletics Physical Therapy is a sports and orthopedic physical therapy clinic. We offer the services of orthopedic rehab, work conditioning, sports conditioning. We service Medicare patients. We service young children, and of course the middle of the road, either weekend athlete or a worker that has some type of an ailment.
Okay. I think what's really interesting is you started this athletic sports-specific training program. What does that all entail, Tom?
You know, both by being a physical therapist for 25 years, as well as seeing so many different young injuries and seeing periods of time of coaching, it just occurred to me how many young people get hurt, both on the field or with their conditioning or practicing. So over time I started to see that these young kids, they ran differently. They had some had balance, some didn't. Some were a little more coordinated, some were less coordinated.
Yep.
And yet, they were all very competitive young athletes that tried to play their sport. I started to tie that into then with the fact that we were seeing injuries in these kids that were similar to back in the days of maybe our parents working in factories and having overuse.
Yep.
And I started, when I was coaching a team about 8 years ago, I started to incorporate some of the ideas that I got through some of the research that I did, and started to utilize that, those points with the players that I had, and I've been doing it ever since. And slowly but surely, I started to put together a program that I could expand and use now with athletes of many different ages.
Okay. What makes this program different specifically, Tom?
Our program, it's a smaller group. We're not looking to be intense with every kid that we get. We allow these kids to be social in their group and to have a positive experience when they come. We're not looking to really be overly intensive with them unless that's really what is appropriate for that young athlete. We like to specifically focus on the individual athlete and look for what possibly could be some of the abnormalities that they have in both how they walk, how they run, in their balance, or just their overall conditioning.
Okay. And what about progression of this sort of program?
Well, what we do then is we go from the point of looking at these inefficiencies and some of their the things that separate them from some of the other young athletes that we have, and then the first thing that we do is we target those deficiencies. And as we start to get them to target those deficiencies, it may be how they run, it may be their, maybe a little bit less both static or dynamic balance, maybe they're just overall conditioning. And as they start to attain a baseline level, then we can start to build off of that. Our priority is not that I'm going to take a kid and tell a parent that I'm going to do this to their 40 time, or I'm going to make them vertically jump out of the gym, or that I'm going to make their player a Division I athlete. What I'm looking to do is, first of all, is to take a kid who may be missing practice or maybe not being able to make games, and to make that young athlete there all the time, because the coach is the one that's going to make them a better athlete. When we came in with the Rising Stars at Oklahoma, Mary Hensley, 4 years ago, just as I look back now, it was way ahead of their time, where we sat down with the coaches and we said, hey, look, we'd like to bring the program to you. They were not happy with what they had had prior to this, and we went immediately and told them that we're not going to make these kids better figure skaters.
Right.
We're going to make them better athletes that don't miss practice and that are there to allow you as the coaches to then take their skill to another level.
Now, how long is this training program? If someone want to get involved in it, Tom, well, what's the duration on it?
Typically, we have these young athletes for an hour and 15 minutes to an hour and a half.
Okay.
The younger ones usually an hour and 15 minutes. The older ones usually about an hour and a half.
And how often during a week would that happen?
We right now we do it twice a week, but we're not of the kind that we tell the parent that we need to see your athlete 2 times a week or whatever. These kids already have a schedule. These kids are practicing on the ice 4 and 5 days a week. We have football players, we have hockey players, we have basketball players that, you know, they're playing club, they're playing with their teams. They already have a schedule, and plus, by the way, they go to school.
Right.
So we're not intense. If they are able to attend, they do, and if they're not able to attend, you know, the parent knows the more that they're there, the better.
Okay. All right, we are going to go to Lisa Thomas Salon timeout, folks. Go to lisathomassalon.com, jump on her Facebook. Plenty of specials to be had, including a $17 haircut for boys, $27 haircut for girls. Just flash that high school ID. All right, we're going to come back with a little bit more with Tom Mulvey. We're also going to talk to Tom, ask him what he thinks of this Jay Cutler situation. So, you know, with the old knee injury. So we'll be interested to see what he has to say about that. So stay tuned.